After watching hundreds of reseller videos over the years, focusing more on last year's, but over all of the years, I noticed something strange. The one thing that stands out to me is they are making consistent money. Today, I'm sharing the top advice that top resellers talk about. Follow. Not trends, not hype, not what sounds good on social media, but what actually keeps inventory flowing and money flowing. First thing is velocity over trends. Velocity meaning speed, pace, swiftness, but I'm going to use the word velocity. So top resellers don't chase trends, they chase velocity. They don't ask, is this popular? They know what is popular. They learn, they grow, they teach, so they keep on learning things. They ask, how fast does this sell when priced right? Think about it. How many things have stayed in your closet? I'm going to think about mine. I'm going to say many a year because they're not priced right. And sometimes when I drop them, they will sell, and sometimes it's too late. So they price them right from the beginning, basically. A boring item that sells in 3 days beats a trendy item that takes 60 days to sell. Don't you think? How fast are your items selling? Do you consider yourself a top reseller, a new reseller, an intermediate? I don't know what you would call it, novice. I'm somewhere in between that. I'm more bye-bye. I've been doing this around 6 years, and it takes years sometimes to learn all of this, even when I watched videos. So really, I just started watching more and more and reading more and more and listening more and more. I am constantly learning and growing, having nothing to do with this video, but that's how I kind of... The next thing, the second thing I see is they price to exit, not to win, not to make these giant size wins. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Lots of people purchase vintage or certain items that they know are going to take a while because they're looking for a specific seller, and that's fine to keep up high. But otherwise, they definitely do not try to win every sale. They do price things right so they get all those sales. They price to exit inventory, not to keep it in their closet, not to prove a point. You know, I was talking about when some people get emotional over items. You just need to get it and let it go. Get it and let it go. So I went and researched some of the top resellers' listings, and here's what I found. Their picture is their sales page. It's like a brochure that you look through. It's like a catalog. So listings are sales pages to them. And top resellers treat those listings like sale pages. Every one of those photos removes doubt. It shows, is there something good with this? Is there something bad with this? How does it look? How's the background? Is there dirt? Is there a cat on top of it? Nothing against cats, just saying. Every title also attracts the buyer. So like we spoke about, I think in yesterday or the day before's video, and I'm doing this every day for January if you're watching, we spoke about titles and descriptions, but every title definitely attracts if that's what people are looking for. So you have to make sure you make it descriptive. Go back to, I think, yesterday's video if you want to hear more about that. So every description builds trust. So it seems from what they say when I ask them, every description that they put in, they want to sell trust, show trust, that they're trustworthy. So they literally do their best to put everything in that description that someone would ask. And if a buyer hesitates, then they know that listing didn't do its job, where sometimes we don't think about that. We're like, why isn't this selling? I'll tell you why it isn't selling, because I don't have the right title. I don't have a good description. So I am changing many descriptions, but like I said yesterday, I'm starting from here with all new listings to make a lot of different changes for 2026. So they buy what people are already searching for. So they do the research. They learn, they grow. I'm all about learning and growing. And they will find out what's selling now. They'll go into eBay. They'll go into any app that they can to see, so that that's what they buy, and it rolls over quickly. Emotional sourcing just slows your business down altogether. Here's a big one. They study their own data, or data, whatever you say. The best resellers don't copy YouTube. They study themselves. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not watching YouTube and listening, but they do study their sales. You know, I wish I could think of the saying. If I think of it, I will. So they're constantly growing and improving, right? What sells fastest for you? What do you think sells fastest in your closet? Do you know? Do you keep your data? And what price range actually converts? This is what we all have to think about. Your data is more valuable than anyone else's opinion or advice, including mine. It's your data. So study it. And I've got to think of that saying. So also, they assume that nothing will sell, because nothing will sell. Top resellers assume nothing will sell, and they ask, what would stop this from selling? This way they don't do that. Then they fix price, photos, demand, or platform. There's no ego involved. Some of us put our little egos in it, or our big egos. I used to. I don't anymore. Not usually. The last one that I found, there are more, but let's keep this shorter. Consistent resellers know who their buyers are. Their people return. They know who's looking at their closet. And once you know your buyer, sourcing becomes so much easier. Listings get sharper and sales speed up. So some people have a niche, so they really know their specific buyers. There's one child compared to me, but woman that I used to watch on YouTube, and I don't remember her name, but she was all boho. If you know who I'm talking about, let me know. She went off for a little while and came back. She was boho, Western, all rodeo, all that type of stuff. But you know, if you go to her closet, that's what you're going to find. So you will keep looking there to see what she has. That doesn't mean the people who don't have niches, that doesn't happen to. I have return buyers for clothing, for certain vintage things, but you really have to learn who your buyer is. So see what's selling most in your closet. See what you're good at. See what titles and descriptions you're better at. Fix them, though, if they're not good. And we'll all find our way. We're all in different places, in different type of ways, but we're all learning together. So know that I enjoy that I'm able to share and get feedback. I love your feedback. I've had people writing to me, and that makes me happy. So guys, if your items aren't selling, it's rarely bad luck. It's usually one of these things that we spoke about. If this helped you at all, or if you just, I don't know what, enjoyed hanging out, save this, share it, like it, subscribe. So keep this in mind, and I'll see ya when I see ya, or when you see me. I won't see you, but you'll see me.